Welcome back to Basement Integrity Podcast by Ice3 Reno. If you caught our last deep dive, we were tackling the pretty intense complexities of can you underpin a semi-detached house in Toronto?
Yeah.
Really foundational work. Today, we're shifting focus. We're moving from structural stability to, well, financial security. We're talking about what happens after the water shows up, how you actually handle the aftermath.
Exactly. And for any homeowner in Toronto in the GTA, finding water in your basement, it's just one of the most stressful moments you can imagine.
Oh, for sure.
It's physically challenging, but, trying to make the right call to your insurer when you're under that kind of pressure, it's incredibly tough. So our mission today is to really dive into your homeowner's insurance policy, using our guide as foundation to give you the knowledge you need to protect your home.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We all pay for the safety net homeowners insurance, but how does it really work when water is involved? I mean, what does a standard policy actually cover when the basement floods?
That is the million-dollar question. So your standard policy is really built around one idea: sudden and accidental internal damage.
Sudden and accidental.
Okay, think of it like this. The safe scenarios are very specific. A pipe that bursts inside a wall, your hot water tank that just suddenly lets go, or, the washing machine hose fails catastrophically.
So things happening inside the house, internal plumbing going wrong.
Exactly. Discrete, unexpected events. But the moment that water starts coming in from the outside, or if it happens over a long period of time, that's when the whole landscape just changes.
And usually not in the homeowner's favor.
Not at all. And that's the first major track: gradual wear and tear. Insurers will argue that if your foundation has, say, a tiny leak that's been dripping for months, you had time to fix it.
So they see it as a maintenance issue you should have dealt with, not a sudden catastrophe.
Precisely. The sudden pipe burst is covered, but that slow foundation leak that got worse over a few seasons, probably not.
That's a tough reality.
It is. And it leads us right to the two giant gaps in coverage that cause most of the catastrophic claim denials in the GTA.
Okay, so we need to define these gaps because without the right add-ons, the endorsements, you're basically exposed during the most common storms we get here.
Let's start with the big one: overland flooding.
Right. What exactly is that, and why is it excluded?
Overland flooding is literally water flowing over the land and into your home. Think of a massive, heavy rainstorm, rapid snowmelt.
So the backyard swamps, and it just rushes into the basement window wells.
That's the one. And standard policies just don't cover it. The risk is considered too widespread, too regional. After the 2013 Toronto floods, so many people learned this the hard way.
So unless you have that specific overland flood insurance endorsement, you're on your own. It's really a necessary cost in this climate.
It is. The cost of that endorsement versus the cost of a full basement restoration, it's not even a comparison. It can be tens of thousands of dollars.
Okay, so that's gap number one. Let's talk about the second one, which feels even more unpleasant. Sewage backup.
Yeah, this is the disaster nobody wants to even think about. It's not just water, it's a biohazard.
And also not covered by a standard policy.
Typically excluded, yes. The cleanup costs are just astronomical, and the risk, especially in older parts of the city, is very high.
Why is the risk so high here?
It's often the old infrastructure. A lot of older homes have combined sewer systems, so when we get a huge downpour, the stormwater overwhelms the sanitary system. When that main line is full, the pressure reverses, and the only place for it to go is back up into your house, usually through the basement floor drain.
Which is a nightmare. But this is where the insurance ties directly into physical prevention, right?
Exactly. Insurers are much happier to give you that sewage backup coverage if you've already installed a mainline backwater valve.
For anyone listening who isn't sure, can you just quickly explain how that valve works?
Of course. It's pretty simple, really. It's a one-way gate on your main sewer line. Normally, it's open, letting wastewater flow out. But if the city sewer starts backing up towards your house, the pressure pushes a flap closed, sealing your home off completely.
It's a physical barrier, the single best defense.
It really is.
Okay, so let's shift from prevention to what happens after. A flood has happened. Before you even pick up the phone to call your insurer, you talk about assessing damage worthiness. What does that mean?
This is such a crucial step, and people skip it in the panic. You have to evaluate if filing the claim is actually cost-effective in the long run.
So you're weighing the damage against your deductible, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's another cost, a hidden one.
The hidden cost is the impact on your insurance record.
Yep.
When you file a claim, it goes on what's called your CLUE report. So let's say the damage is, I don't know, $6,000, but your deductible is $5,000.
You're only getting $1,000 back from the insurance company.
Exactly. Is that $1,000 worth the black mark on your record? Because one water claim can raise your premiums by 10, even 20% for years.
Wow. So for a small claim, you might be better off just paying out of pocket.
In many cases, absolutely. You save the claim for a true catastrophe, something in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Okay, so let's say it is a catastrophe. It's necessary to file. What are the steps?
First, call your insurer immediately. Time is critical with water damage because of mold. But just as important, and I can't stress this enough, documentation.
Photos and videos of everything.
Everything. The source of the water, if you can see it, how high the water got, the damaged furniture, the walls. Even if you start cleaning up to prevent more damage, take pictures of the ruined items before you throw them out. It will make the whole process so much smoother.
That makes sense. But the best defense is always being proactive, which is what we're all about. Let's talk about the key devices every homeowner here should consider.
Absolutely. We've mentioned the backwater valve, which protects you from sewer backup. The other essential device is a sump pump.
And that tackles a different problem.
A completely different problem. A sump pump deals with rising groundwater. It's about hydrostatic pressure.
Can you break that down? Hydrostatic pressure.
It's the force of water in saturated soil pushing against your foundation. If you're in an area with a high water table or clay soil, that pressure during a storm is immense, and it will force water through any tiny crack it can find.
And the sump pump is the defense.
It is. It collects that incoming water in a pit in your basement and pumps it out away from the foundation before it can build up and cause a flood.
So the backwater valve protects you from the street, and the sump pump protects you from the ground itself.
You've got it. And what's really great here is that municipalities, including Toronto, often offer rebates or subsidies for installing these devices.
The huge point. It means the city will actually help you pay to protect your home because it reduces the strain on the whole system.
It's a win-win. You protect your property, you get financial help to do it, and you lower your risk profile.
So what does this all mean for you, the homeowner listening? It means a well-informed approach is your absolute best defense. You have to understand those key exclusions: overland flooding and sewage backup, because your basic policy is almost certainly not enough.
And just to connect this all together, here's a final thought. We've talked about how you need to invest in these devices, the backwater valves, the sump pumps. So think about this. When you use those municipal subsidies to install these tools, you're not just protecting your home. Doesn't that also make you a more attractive, lower-risk client to your insurer? It might just help you manage those premium costs down the line. It's knowledge that empowers you.
If you need help with basement leak repair, foundation waterproofing, or installing those essential backwater valves and sump pumps, we have been trusted in Toronto, Etobicoke, and Scarborough since 2009. Contact us for a free consultation at 647-454-6600. Thanks for diving deep with us today.